Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Week 3 of Season X. My name is George Therikin.
And I'm Lulu Bell.
And we are going to be your commentators for tonight. And so, up on the list of games we have tonight, I'm going to start off by reading who we have playing. Right now behind me, we have Diggy Smalls versus Diamond Dogs. The game's going on right now. Tough game from what I've seen, so wishing both those teams good luck. Then at the St. Joseph Court, concurrently, we have Upon This Block versus KSA. Again, two other very strong teams. Then starting with the 7:40 games, we have St. Joseph Court, Ace Windu versus Hot Hands. Again, I haven't seen too many of the games between those two teams, but it'll be a good match regardless. And then I'm going to pass it on to Lulu for some other of the games.
Yes, thank you so much, George. At 8:10, we will have Bump taking on Grapevines and Chewbacca taking on the Turnspike Troubadours. Just a side note, that's my personal favorite team name of the season. I mean, you can't go wrong, right?
Pretty good.
All right. Also at 8:35, we have the Wednesday Night Champs, my personal team. Let's go. And we're taking on Cervezas. At 8:35, we also have the Cats taking on Shaker Oats.
Let's go, Shaker Oats.
Which is Georgia's team. And then at 9:05, we will have the Primetime Players taking on the Hit Squad to round out this schedule for tonight.
Exactly. Excellent. Thank you, Lulu. And then one game. We skipped over it real quick. Wanted to see if you were paying attention. But this will be the game that we'll be commentating tonight. It'll be at 7:40 on the JP2 court. It will be Stranger Swings versus the Court Marshals. And so with that being said, we're going to go ahead and introduce each of the rosters on those teams. Lulu, you want to start us off with Stranger Swings?
Absolutely. Thank you, George. For Stranger Swings, we have Wyatt Messick and Emily Tate taking on the other team as the captains and the leaders of this team. We also have Benjamin Dawson, Connor Lutz, Carolina Robledo, Victor Barbezos, Rodrigo Cantu, Audrey Messick, and Brian Metting.
Excellent. And on the Court Marshals, the team in red, we're going to have Leanne Richardson and Dalton Mazuka being the two captains. And then up next on the roster, we have Luis Fernandez, Diego Castellanos on the camera, actually, so shout out Diego. Melanie Mazuka, Citlali Garcia, Tyler Bultis, Logan Harris, Angela Gallardo, Joshua Lujan, and Caitlin Gutierrez on the lineup. So, Lulu, thoughts on those two teams? I know I haven't faced either of them in the past. However, I will say, a little bit biased to either side. I have a lot of good friends on Court Marshals, you know, a lot of the UTSA, Catholic Student Association peeps. Shout out UTSA. As well as folks on Stranger Swings. A lot of friends with people on that team too. So I can't say that I would lean one way or the other. I have to be impartial, but I mean, hey, I do want to see Court Marshals do well, personally.
Yes.
What about you?
I agree. You know, going into this game, Stranger Swings is undefeated, and Court Marshals has not won a game yet. So I'm a big fan of an underdog story. Anytime somebody can take away an unexpected win, I'm going to be a fan. So, you know, I definitely know more people on Stranger Swings, but I think I'm pulling for Court Marshals.
Interesting. All right.
Just would love to see that upset.
Excellent, excellent. So yeah, again, no hard feelings if you're watching this after the fact. Court Marshals, Stranger Swings, we love you both. But I think we're going for the Court Marshals on this one.
I think so.
Excellent.
All right. We love it.
So how's been your volleyball experience so far? I know previously we've had our outdoor seasons on the sand, you had sideliners and various other courts, but I think this is the first time in a while we've been on the indoor courts. So thoughts?
Yeah, so I actually didn't want to play indoor.
Really?
I almost didn't sign up, but now I'm on the volleyball court team, so I help run things. I signed up for court team and then found out it was indoor. So I was like, well, I guess we're playing.
Gotcha.
For me, it's mainly, I just didn't want to get hurt. And I know me, I don't really shy away from doing crazy things. And I know George and I actually had the privilege of playing on a team together, and we both kind of have that mentality. And so I was a little bit nervous. But I have loved indoor. It's so fast paced. I have so much fun with it. Like every week, it's like, it just rolls, right? You know, sand is really fun, it's scrappy, you know, you kind of have to dig in, but on the court, everything just flies so fast, and it just makes it really fun to play. So.
You know what, I agree with you, and again, like Lulu was saying, we both played on the same team for a couple seasons on the sand, and again, both of us, like you were saying, no strangers to diving into the sand and get a loose ball or, you know, going up for that big block, but again, like you were saying, I was also pretty apprehensive about indoor as well.
Yeah.
It's the hardwood, right? A lot of those burns if you don't have like the proper knee pads, if you're not wearing pants or anything covering your knees or your elbows. It can get pretty rough out there. I remember from my days of basketball when I was a wee little lad, you know, trying to get out on these courts, it can be pretty rough. But again, I kind of lean towards sand volleyball, but since we are doing indoor volleyball after a little bit of a hiatus, I understand it is good to be here and good to be inside. Like very, very fast paced.
Yes.
You got a lot of big hits, big jumps. Honestly, a lot of spikes. I've seen a couple spikes and a lot of blocks at the net too. Something you don't see as much in sand volleyball.
I got a block in sand. I can like barely even hit the top of the net, and I got a block here, and I was like, wow,
excellent,
all
excellent.
Right, like this, I can do this.
Very
okay,
good, very good.
Doing great.
Yeah.
And I just want to say for everybody, I think George is being a little modest. George is like a spider monkey on the sand volleyball court, right? I haven't really gotten to see him play indoor yet, but he, like, you know, there's zones. Everybody has a sixth of the court. George covers like 5 of the 6 zones at any given play on a very regular basis, and all of the external parts of the court that the ball might go, all at the same time. So when he says he likes to be all around the court, like, it's impressive, like truly, truly impressive.
Thank you, Lulu. Thank you. Again, that was not a paid advertisement. That was not a paid advertisement. Thank you, Lulu.
My pleasure.
Anyways, so we're going to go on and talk a little bit about maybe the environment. So we're going to be at St. Matt's this time. They've graciously offered us up these courts. And so actually, shout out, again, not a paid sponsorship, but shout out to St. Matthew's Catholic Church here on Wurzbach for opening up our courts to their courts to the Catholic young adult community and really giving us a fantastic opportunity to play. I mean, I know at least in San Antonio, if you're a local watching this, the weather hasn't been the greatest outside, right? So I think indoor at this particular moment in time, you know, April showers bring May flowers, and we've definitely had some showers. So being indoors, staying dry, playing some volleyball, can't complain.
Love it. Love it.
Excellent.
And honestly, it's really cool too because we are able to go to daily mass prior to the start of the game. So we actually do the schedule so that everyone can go to the 6 p.m. mass if they want to. And it's such a blessing to get to see people not only competing on the court and bonding through that fellowship, but also bonding through going and receiving Jesus together in mass beforehand. So that's been such a blessing.
Excellent.
You know?
Yeah. So Lulu, not to put you on the spot, but as you were saying, you know, scheduling to allow people to go to mass and really allow for the spiritual development as well as the social enjoyment of volleyball. How has your experience been on core team? I don't know, is this the first season you've been a core team member, or
yes?
How's that been?
It's been really interesting. So for me, I'd always wanted to be on core team and wanted to help out, but it was just the timing of it, especially I'm in grad school right now and I work, so I'm kind of trying to do all of them, but I do graduate from grad school in a couple weeks, so
congratulations.
We're almost done. Thank
Congratulations.
you so much. And so this really felt like the right time, and I talked to some of the old core team members, and they had a couple gaps that they were really looking to fill that I really felt like I could bring the gifts that God has given me to be helpful in those ways. So I'm actually in 2 different positions. I'm the financial coordinator and the captain coordinator. So for me, so I'm in business school right now, right? So running the finances just kind of makes sense. But for me, my favorite part about this league and everything that we do is the people. And I feel like the captains that we select and the way that we interact with the captains goes a really long way in making this a community that everybody wants to come to every week, and that is actually a good place to be. People have good sportsmanship. They're not going to get yelled at. I know I've heard horror stories of like young adults that have played in other leagues that they got treated super poorly by the other team. And because this is a Catholic-based league, I'm not saying we're perfect, but I do think just in general, everyone's really willing and able to be so, gracious and kind and charitable, whether they win or lose. And so that it's been such a blessing to me, and it's been such a good way for me to build community, and I really wanted to give back and be able to keep this thing going because it doesn't run itself, right? This is actually the biggest season we've ever had. So 175 athletes this season. We also have 24, I believe, in soccer right now. So total, we're at about 194, 195, which is the most athletes we've ever had for a particular season of the Catholic Sports Association. So we just keep growing. We just keep getting bigger. And I mean, I'm sure you can say, I can think of at least 20 people off the top of my head that had to take this season off for just different reasons. And so it's not just the same people over and over, it's growing. and people are still coming into the league. So getting to see the back end of that, getting to see how the teams are put together, how we pick captains, how the finances work, all of that has been a really cool way for me to see just how hard everyone has worked for seasons 1 through 9 to keep this going, so that people like me could join, find friends, and find community while playing volleyball.
Excellent, excellent. And before we wrap up and get to our game, again, quick shout out, my turn to praise you now. You know, Lulu and the rest of the core team, they've been doing a great job. These fantastic colors, fantastic uniforms, all kudos to them. So again, please direct all praise and you know, Thanksgiving first to God, but then, you know, for putting our team together.
And to the core team.
And yeah, putting the league together, I will give you some kudos as well. So with that being said, yeah, no worries. With that being said, I think we're gonna transition to our game. So let's get started with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have Sit Lolly in the back corner serving. Next to her, we have Joshua in the back row, then Caitlin, and then going to the front, who just touched the ball, that was Logan Harris. Followed in the middle, Leanne, and then on the edge, closest to you in the red, we have Luis for court marshals.
All right, and our starters for Stranger Swings. On the front right, we have Connor Lutz. In the front middle, we have Carolina Robledo. Front left, we have Brian Medding. Back left, we have Victor Barboza. Back center, we have Audrey Messix. And then back right, we have Rodrigo Cantu.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. So, again, first 2 points of the game, and our fantastic referee will be your favorite, Patrick Ward, the man, the myth, the Patrick.
The legend. I don't know, one just fun fact I'd like to share, you know, back middle we have right now is Audrey Messix. Her brother Wyatt is actually the captain of this team. You'll see him there on the sideline. I think he probably will come in next. They are siblings.
Oh, makes sense. Messix, last name, yeah?
Yes.
Checks out.
Well, yeah. You know, always got to make sure you say something with the last name. Are they married or are they siblings, you know?
And in this case, they're definitely siblings.
They're definitely siblings.
Roger
you know?
that.
And in this league, we have a lot of different married couples and sibling pairs that play. This season, we actually have Celeste Ramirez. Celeste, her and her entire family are playing on a team.
Wow.
So they have one whole team that's playing together. That is the, let's see, what was their name that they picked? The Primetime Players. So the Primetime Players, it's a family affair, really.
Fair enough.
So some of them are married because there are some like brother-in-law, sister-in-law. But for the most part, it's all the siblings.
Interesting. I'm sure it's a good thing that we're not doing names on the back of the jerseys, because that would be very confusing for that team.
Yes, it would be. It's really cool. I think that so many people, you know, have such a good time with this that they want to involve their siblings, right? Like,
I would agree.
You know, I feel like I only invite my brother to do things that I know he would really like. And so the fact that so many people invite their siblings is great.
Good, good, good. All right, now back to the game. It is 4-4 with the court marshals up to serve, specifically Melanie with the ball, waiting for the cue, and service. Good serve, dropping low. The set is up, but no one to swing. It's tough, a miscommunication from Stranger Swings, but we'll see what they have cooking up for the rest of the game. Alrighty, Melanie up once again. Oh, a corner serve, hits the net.
Oh, wow.
What is the call on the field? Oh, it is a point. Man, she is a killer with those two serves. Let's see what she's got up next.
Go, Melanie.
And the serve is up. The ball is dropping like crazy. Net ball up. Good tip over. Oh, not quite. Looks like a point to Stranger Swings. Did you see what happened there?
I did. I think it he kind of lost track of the ball in the air. It was right up against the net, and he just wasn't able to get it over in time for that third hit.
Fair.
All right, we have Emily Tate serving it up for Stranger Swings. Free ball. They did not expect them to hit over on that second hit. You can tell. That came as a surprise to them.
Interesting. All right. Stranger Swings having a stronger record coming into this game, but I mean, hey, court marshals, the underdog, is playing hard, playing well. Good cleanup hit from Dalton and Melanie. Again, that sibling connection, good chemistry, love to see it. A good bump up. Sky ball going over. Good hustle by Rod and an over.
For those who don't know, Rodrigo is actually a volleyball coach in his personal life. So you see him delivering some really timely hits and especially great sets, you'll know he has lots of practice.
Excellent. All right. So we have Tyler up to serve for the Marshalls. Ball is over.
Going into this season especially, I knew Stranger Things was going to be a really effective team. Several of them have played together before, and especially anytime they put Rodrigo and Wyatt next to each other, they work really, really well together. You know, Rodrigo is really good at sets, and Wyatt is really good with both bumps and hits.
I was going to say, Wyatt is an absolute problem at the net. Good thing to have him at the back row for now, because when that man gets up close, it's going to be carnage.
And Audrey, his sister, just delivered a killer hit there. They got them a point. So
Again,
I think it runs in the family.
Absolutely well said. Floaty serve, didn't quite make it over the net, but it's all right. We have the court marshals up to go.
And that is Benjamin serving for us. They just delivered that serve for Stranger Swings.
All right, Caitlin Gutierrez delivers a serve, going back over. Tyler hits it up, going over by Joshua. Dug up.
And you know, I have to say, what I really appreciate with court marshals is every time something happens, they're cheering for their team, they're in it, they're just really getting excited. You know, you love to see that kind of energy coming from them. I think that's what's letting them come above, you know, even though they haven't won a game yet and Stranger Swings came in undefeated. I think their ability to keep that energy high and exciting is what's keeping them in this game.
Well said. Uh-oh, Wyatt up for a big swing. It's straight down.
You know, she got under that, though. I do have to give her a lot of credit.
Yeah. Kudos to Sid Lally for putting herself in the way of that spike, but my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, Wyatt Messick has entered the building.
We have Connor Lutz up to serve on Stranger Swings. I see he's opting for the Texas A&M fan gear instead of his normal Catholic Sports Association attire.
Interesting.
You know, you can't expect Aggies to stay hidden too long.
Fair enough. Oh, good dig by Josh. Heard a little bit of
Connor and all of his brothers, I believe, so far have gone to Texas A&M, so it is an Aggie family.
Fair enough, fair enough.
All right, great hit from Emily, and Wyatt coming through.
Wow, just spotting that right in front of the back line. My goodness, ladies and gents. All right.
All right, let's see if Connor can serve it up again.
Oh, he's pacing the line. Interesting methodology, but apparently it's working.
Do you think that's nerves or that's him trying to stay fresh and it, you know?
I don't know, to be honest. It's an advanced technique. Again, maybe a post-game interview would be in order for that. But
you know, I did ask beforehand if there was anything they wanted shared on air, and Connor wanted everyone to know that he can bench press 450 pounds. His words, not mine. You know, I really believe in a picture, video, or it didn't happen kind of approach. But according to what he had to say, that is true.
Wow.
All right, it looks like we are at our first time out of the game.
Okay. Oh, looks like the court marshals are a little bit of a deficit for 9-13 with Stranger Swings leading. However, a lot of game left, a couple sets more, so I don't think any team should give up hope at all. Very much anyone's game at this point. What would you think?
Absolutely. I think they were really going back and forth. It seems like we had Stranger Things on a pretty good roll there, so I definitely think it was a good call for court marshals to try to throw a timeout in there and break that up a little bit. I'm interested to see coming out of that how Stranger Swings performs.
Excellent, excellent. All right. Once more, Patrick at the center court doing something with, I guess, some members from the other team, some photo ops potentially. So, I mean, stay on the lookout for a shout out from Diego, our favorite man with the camera over there. So Diego Cruz, kind of running some of the social media for the Catholic Sports Association. Again, stay on the lookout, check out our Instagram. That's part of the core team. I'm sure you'll have some posts coming up or teed up on there. So with that, we'll get back into the normal game coverage.
All right. Let's see what Connor serves up this time. Seems like Connor can't decide if he's playing basketball or volleyball today. Oh!
But those serves, yeah,
you know,
that is an ace.
I spoke too soon. I think his pacing and dribbling methodology and advanced skill is really working for him.
You know what? I would agree. That looked like a beautiful shot on the line. So, once again, line is in volleyball, unlike other sports. So that's
I really appreciate, you know, if everyone wants to rewind about 10 seconds, Victor was showing his support for his teammate by giving him a hook 'em horn sign. Not sure it worked well.
But the serves are flying, so again.
Okay, he paced to this side, all right? Keeping it fresh for him.
Oh, I guess this side isn't it for him. So maybe he's got to stay on the far side over there. But nonetheless, a couple of great serves. A high five with Victor. I guess the Horns and Texas Tech and A&M rivalry is.
University of Texas.
Oh, a poke over.
Wow.
Good fill by Sitlali.
Min has quite the vertical leap, as we just saw.
Yeah. So just looking at the lineups right now. I'm doing well. How are you? Celebrity appearance. But,
you know.
Again, it looks like the lineup is in favor of Stranger Swings with the height. However, don't count out court marshals. That ball comes in. Great dig up. Good hit over. Good. Ooh, a lot of effort.
All right, we did just have Carolina come in and serve on Stranger Swings. Hi. Hey. Would you like to say anything on the feed? No? All right, fair enough.
All right, it looks like court marshals with another point. Looks like, oh, my man Luis up to serve. This guy's a problem on and off the court.
You know, I think it's an interesting tactic to wear sweatpants to an indoor volleyball game. You know, I just feel like it's like so hot anyway. So I'm just curious as to, you know, if that's something he's found over time, or if that's, you know, if it was laundry day.
Maybe.
That's what we had.
Potentially.
You know, I don't know. I'd be curious to know though.
What I can say is he had a great serve, and the court marshals are keeping the Stranger Swings team on their toes. A great volley.
They just keep going back and forth.
Oh, the foot play from Diego. Beautiful reaction.
Man, that was a beautiful reaction. You know, I really wish somebody would have run. I think they could have caught that one.
So do I. I will say I am a big fan of the unorthodox hits, whether it be like a foot play or, you know, outside of the elbow somehow, but.
Well, you know, George, as you know from playing with me, a good header is really, to me, the best move in a volleyball game.
I was about to say, yeah.
If you have to ask yourself, are they playing soccer or volleyball? You're playing volleyball correctly.
Excellent. With that being said, correctly is the name of the game.
That was a very interesting technique from Brian Metting, serving up for Stranger Things.
But I will give kudos to Diego. Once again, kind of digging that up with his foot. It sounds like the whistle blew a little early, but Luis was running onto it.
That one had a little bit too much power behind it. It was definitely interesting to watch Brian with that one-footed little technique for his serve.
Again, a star-studded roster on both teams, to be honest.
And Brian just served it up for us for the court marshals. Wow. They're just keeping it really lively here.
It is.
Wow.
Good dig by Leanne.
I mean, really the question is, how many excellent hits are we going to see from Wyatt today?
You know what? I don't think I can count that high, because it looks like we are coming up at 21-13. Stranger Swings up.
You know, if we go more than 20, then I have to use more than my fingers and toes, so maybe I can borrow yours, George.
Fair enough.
All right, and Victor just used a similar technique as Brian with a one-footed little hop. Whoa, Connor!
Unsure, okay.
That was
looks like
an extremely interesting way that he hit that, but it definitely worked. Wow.
It did. Unfortunately, it looks like there was a little bit of net contact on there, so actually it turns out that the court marshals will get the ball with Logan up to serve.
Well, you know, Connor, if it was up to us, we would give you the point for style.
Absolutely. Do love an effort play. All right.
Man, that was pretty cool for Ben too.
I was gonna say.
He can let it get a lot of airtime before he hit it down, and that definitely keeps it fresh for the other team. You know, they're not necessarily sure when it's coming at them.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see what Audrey serves up here.
Wow.
Right,
Look at that top spin on that.
She's got that message strength and skill, you know?
She does indeed.
Wow.
Again, no slouch on the court, both sand and indoor volleyball. But Tyler at the net denies that point from going over. So although it was a Herculean serve from Audrey, alas, it looks like the court marshals will have possession with Caitlin Gutierrez up to serve. Excellent serve from Caitlin.
Okay.
Excellent serve from Caitlin. Looks like she's up again, 16-22. Oh, looks like potential attack on the serve. The ref is not calling it. Oh, Diego with the backwards hit over, the kick up.
Wow.
But it turns out the court marshals are not out of it, ladies and gentlemen. They've got hustle, they've got grit, and they've got the serve with Caitlin Gutierrez at the helm with the ball on this serve. 17-22, the serve goes up, hit over. Oh, not enough height on that. Return from Diego, alas. It was a great effort nonetheless. Luis and Diego loving the hustle on that last point.
Let's see what Victor serves us up here.
Good dig from
they
Leanne.
got under it. That was really
Good
impressive.
set. Beautiful. All right. Looks like they're setting something up. Uh-oh.
Oh, man. The setup was all right. The timing was just off.
Just a little bit.
It was a great potential hit there for Brian Medding.
Again. For sure.
So Brian, that's front left currently for Stranger Swings, is actually my counterpart for captain coordinating on the court team. So I get to work with Brian on a really regular basis. He is currently in PT school, actually at UT Health.
Wow.
So I think he's in his first year, but he's learning a lot, you know, just doing everything.
Very good.
He is so much fun to work with. He's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life.
I will say, kudos to Brian. He is a scholar, an athlete, and again, an absolute problem at the front of the net.
And an absolute problem. Father Brandon, would you like to say something on our feed?
I'd just like to ask, are we supposed to put the tape on the floor over there for the other side? Just for a couple games? Or?
Yes, we are.
We are.
Yes. If you want to do, we do all the outside. We also do the middle and the 10-foot lines. That would be amazing.
All right. We were interrupted with a celebrity guest, Father Brandon, coming by.
My God. The only celebrity that matters. You know, what's really cool with this league is we actually have religious brothers and priests that play in our league. With the case of Father Brandon, he is actually one of our team captains.
Excellent.
You know, I cannot express how much of a blessing it is to have a priest, an active priest, in our league. You know, and as the captain of one of our teams, this is actually his second season in a row being a captain.
Wow.
Which is so cool. That we even get to have that.
Very good. It looks like the first set has concluded. Ending score is 21-25, with Stranger Swings being the prevailing team. However, that is not to say spirits are down. Luis over here walking over in the sweatpants. Uh-oh.
Hey,
he had an insane block at the front of the net.
Whoa.
The sweatpants are coming off, potentially?
They are. So, you know, we asked this question earlier. I think it was a strategy.
It was a strategy,
you know, as
indeed.
now he's warm, now he is going to have shorts on. So, you know, yeah, it's a good strategy, Luis. Good strategy. We respect it.
Absolutely. It looked like he was getting warmed up. Those jumps at the front of the net. Again, once more, I will give him kudos on an excellent block at the front. However, again, court marshals weren't able to get the first set in their favor, but it looks like spirits are up, smiles are in the center, and they look like they've got a game plan for the second set.
I love it.
Absolutely. Two great teams, great night, great volleys. Can't complain.
Can't complain.
Can't complain.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's always cool in this league because even, you know, when you sign up as a competitive team, there's just a certain, you know, liveliness and joy that every team emits, even if they win or lose, right? And that's just not something you see everywhere in sports. I'm interested to see too if the teams are going to go back to their starting lineup the way they had it, or if they're going to keep rotating through.
Ooh, that is an interesting call. I do not know. I can't say I remember the exact starting lineup, but it looks like it will be the starting rotation from initially the first set, at least for the court marshals.
Yeah, and it looks like for Stranger Swings, they're actually sticking exactly where they were and continuing. And you know, it's always interesting to me because if you win the first set, some people would say, okay, go back to where you started and start again.
Yeah.
But you know, there's also, if you're rolling well with where you're at, it can be really beneficial to just leave it where it's at and continue to rotate as you can.
Absolutely.
You know? So definitely always interesting to see what strategy the team decides, you know, just depending on the game and everything that's going on.
Excellent. All right, and as we kind of tune back into the game, it looks like we have 2-0 in favor of Stranger Swings with Rodrigo on his third serve of the set. A good volley up. And Leanne with a beautiful touch over. Again, Leanne, a lot of experience, a lot of skill, bringing that to the court marshals team at the front row. It makes her a very, very valuable player to have. Beautiful play from Caitlin, just over the net. Logan is primed and ready. And it looks like that defense of the front court could do the job. Very good. Looks like we have Sitlali up to serve for the court marshals. Score is 2-1. Great serve over. Good volley up. Brian with a hit. Ooh, good hit over.
It's always interesting to me. I feel like being in this league, I used to always play on the social side. Now I'm on the competitive side. I feel like social, a lot of the team's goal is just to get the ball to the other side of the net. It's interesting to see on the competitive how they mix it up. You know, they try to get all 3 hits for the most part, but they'll also mix it up on the second hit, you know, and go over then. That way, the other team really never knows what they're trying to do.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, we have Wyatt. The serve, he makes it look so easy.
He does, you know? He does, Lulu. He does. I mean, I've heard his serve was clocked at 105 miles an hour. Actually, it was an unofficial record told by Wyatt himself, but I frankly believe it. This is Wyatt Messick's after all, so I will have to give that claim some credence. However, it does look like the score is 5-3. Maybe that serve was a little too fast. It landed right out of bounds. And so it turns out that the court marshals will have Dalton, one of the captains, up to serve.
All right, let's see what he got.
Ooh, a beautiful serve. Right over the net.
Perfect.
Great
It's like there was a little bit of a communication breakdown on the part of Stranger Swing, so I hope they can get that kind of in check for the rest of this set.
That is a fair assessment. Again, Dalton, honest, we've got great players on both sides. He might have missed his second serve, but I've seen him play in the past, and he is an athlete for sure.
And I'd love to hear your thoughts on this too, George. I just feel like in indoor, the court feels bigger.
You know what? I would have to agree with you. It seems like without the hills and valleys of sand that maybe creates a feeling of shrinking the area. I think the just vast expanse of the hardwood really brings into perspective that maybe this court is pretty big. Again, a little difficult, I think, with people to cover certain areas when it comes to indoor volleyball on this court.
Yeah, I just think, like, I can be so far back, and yet balls will still fall behind me.
Yep.
I'm like, where does the court actually end?
Yes,
you know?
yes.
And I think with the sand, with those lines, you know, we try to keep them as straight as we can, but with the sand, they move a little bit, and so there's a little bit of flexion that keeps the corners less defined, you know? And here, because the corners are so defined, it's so easy to use the very edge of the court and trip someone up, right?
Yes.
A lot of things look like they're going straight out, and really they're a couple feet in on that back side of the court. So.
You know, that actually brings up a really good point because, again, the court being perceived larger may make it more difficult for communication on the back row, especially back row to front row. However, it looks like on this current rally, neither team is having an issue with that. Oh! Logan with an insane block. Unfortunately, it looks like it is out of bounds, but I don't think the court marshals have a problem with that. A lot of cheers, a lot of clapping, and that is the spirit we like to see.
Solid hit from
Wow. It looks like they are forcing Stranger Swings to take a timeout, so maybe this is part of the momentum shift that they're looking for in this second set. We got some pointing to the camera. Love to see it, love to see it. But as both teams huddle up, Lulu, thoughts on the rest of the, at least the first half of this game that you've seen so far? Any standout plays or standout methodologies that you've seen that have been working for either team?
You know, I think that Stranger Things really, I'm sorry, not Stranger Swings. Court Marshals really used the end of that last set into now as a good pivot. And it really seems like they didn't let it bother them. They didn't, okay, we lost the set. They just rolled right into this second set ready to play. You know? And so that's been really cool. And I think it's definitely keeping Stranger Swings on their toes. Now this is me. I like a close game, right? Because I like the fun, the high energy of going back and forth, having really good volleys. When it's a blowout, it's not nearly as fun to play.
Absolutely, I would agree. Oh,
they
looks
were
like
able to save that, which is incredible.
Interesting. Great dig. Oh, the knuckleball over. Sidlali with the dig. Audrey with the hit. It is out of bounds. Wow.
But what a beautiful hit, right?
Beautiful plays, beautiful digs. Man, you love to see it.
They're now tied for style points.
I would agree. I would agree.
So if it's up to us, you guys you're tied right now.
It is a good game for sure. All right, we have
Fortunately
Melanie.
for the teams, Patrick is actually in charge of the score.
Oh, Melanie Mazuka with an ace. Stone-faced killer on the serve. She's back again for the second serve.
See what she does. See what's next here.
All right, serve is up. Ball is in. Dug up by Wyatt. Set by Rodrigo and spiked right down by Victor.
Man, anytime you can get a little bit of friction with that net going over, just makes the ball so erratic, right? You just never know.
I would agree.
You never know where it's going.
And that was a classic bump set spike. I mean, Stranger Swings showing.
Really well-placed ball on Victor's part, right?
Absolutely.
It went right outside, went to the corner, right on the edge there. It just makes it really hard, to know if it's going to be out or in. Wow, he almost had another one.
Almost another one, but
almost had another one.
Court Marshals, the sideline going ballistic after that miss hit slightly on Victor's behalf, leading Tyler to end up on the service line.
All right, we did just have a slight appearance from Maximilian. Or I'm sorry, his name is Colby. His name is Colby.
Gotcha.
Not Maximilian, but named after the great saint of Auschwitz, Maximilian Kolbe.
Excellent.
If we're lucky, we're going to get to see our celebrity, Father Brendan, on camera again.
Oh, let's see.
How lucky are we? Hey, there he is.
Father Brendan, the man, the myth.
Everybody's favorite priest and captain.
The priest, exactly. All right, good serve coming from Court Marshals. Set up, White on the hit.
Wow.
Not quite the angle down that they needed. However, it looks like that set and that serve will be a potentially weapon that Court Marshals have to counter. However, another good set, a set, a hit, a little bit of a dink, and that one finds its way home.
That was such good placement as well. Again, anytime you can get it right in a corner where people aren't expecting it, it's when you put any amount of doubt in the other team, right? And they're like, oh, is it out, is it in? You don't want to touch it if you think it's going to be out. But a lot of times, especially in indoor, I've found it's in.
It's in. Absolutely. All right, Carolina with the serve. Oh, as the Court Marshals try to get their 3 hits, it looks like there's a miscue. And that ball is dead. Moving on to Carolina for her second serve of this appearance on the set. A little service ritual, I think. Bounce, and serve.
She's so exact with her serve. It seems like she has her technique down.
You're absolutely right.
She doesn't waver. That level of discipline will always get you far.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Stellar effort from Tyler to try to reach that, but man, I'm telling you, Wyatt was looking for that back line.
As somebody who has attempted to return Wyatt Messick's hits, I can say without a doubt it is very challenging. One, it's just erratic sometimes, but also they're just fast, hard, and it's hard to get under the ball. Oh man.
It's all right.
They're really trying to get those connections together. I think both teams, we've seen a little bit of slip-ups or Stranger Swings as far as their hits and different things, but we're only on the 3rd game of the season, and I think that's what's incredible watching these teams is you already see a lot of communication and cohesion happening this early in the season.
All right, good hits.
It's always, that's one of my favorite parts of each season is as my team gets better playing together. I think at first you're building, you're trying to figure out how each person plays and where their strong suits lie. But over time, you're able to get to know a team
Absolutely.
and play so much more effectively together.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Oh, Tyler
Wyatt
dug up the
does
serve.
it again.
Tyler dug up the serve, but Wyatt again coming in with that point. However, I will give a shout out to Sitlali, Dalton, and that front row combination. Really giving a lot of sets, a lot of bumps, some good looks, and some good volleys on that last one.
All right, another solid
Good
serve.
receive, good set. Dalton with a hit right at that back corner. Oh, net ball goes under the net, and it looks like the Court Marshals will have the ball.
Not what I expected.
Indeed, indeed.
All right, the real man, myth, and legend himself, Diego. The illustrious cameraman.
Yes, ma'am. He is up to serve.
He's our boss, guys, so we have to say nice things about him.
I mean, and with a serve like that, I don't think we'll have a lack of things to say. Once again, if you couldn't tell, the resident soccer player with his foot-eye coordination, very, very impressive. So I'm looking forward to some potential points being scored with his feet.
You know, you saw that reaction, even though it wasn't the play, you know, just catching the ball and everything from Tyler. So Tyler actually played at Texas A&M. He played football for Texas A&M. And so, you know, you can definitely see, even though it's not the same sport, that athleticism just shines through. You know, there's certain skills that never leave you.
Absolutely.
So he gets to be the 7th man on this volleyball court instead of the 12th man at Texas A&M.
Indeed. Looks like the Stranger Swings are on a little bit of a run. Score is 20-10. Stranger Swings up. Again, Brian Medding with the one-hand wonder. Looks like it's out of bounds slightly. However, it was a very good-looking hit. Our referee Patrick looking for some coordination from the line. Impromptu line judges us too, but
you know, we're multi-talented. What can we say, George?
I would agree. Oh, a little miscue on the serves. Sorry, not on the serves, on the play there. But a great serve from Luis. You should hold your head up high, young man. That was a beautiful serve.
And so we know that Victor can give a mean hit when he's on the net, but let's see what he has whenever he serves. Wow. Just as impossible to return. Wow, that was a great play from Tyler. Wow.
Exactly, beautiful. You know, keeping them at the net.
That's what I'm talking about. You know, this athleticism that just, you know, and I think just the reaction, right, and knowing you have to stump the other team, that applies to a lot of sports, right?
Absolutely.
And I just think the teamwork and the coordination and being able to communicate and work as a team. You know, a lot of these team sports, you're able to really use skills in different ways. Absolutely.
Speaking of skills translating, I want to shout out Leanne Richardson up to serve right now as one of the co-captains of the Court Marshals. She's got insane hits, great volleyball IQ, and I'm sure she's one of the keystones holding this Court Marshals team together. Oh, wow. Again, some good points.
After a really long volley, Court Marshals was able to take the point. Let's see what Leanne can continue to do here.
Waiting for the beat on the music and a great serve. Love to see it.
You know, anytime Mr. Worldwide's involved, we're about it, you know?
I would agree.
All right.
Ball is on the other court, slight hit over, but the score will be 22-14 with Audrey Messick's up to serve for Stranger Swings. Again, no slouch on the service line at all. Beautiful serve over, good tip over up by Tyler, and a tip over again. Out, good call from Leanne on the back line. Luis is happy, and so is Diego on that.
All right.
Beautiful. We got Logan up to serve now for the Court Marshals. Let's see what he's got.
Court Marshals are just so fun to watch because of their attitude, you know? I mean, they're down in points, but not down in spirits.
Absolutely not.
Whoa! That was crazy.
Okay.
Wow.
It looks like Patrick was letting him play, but ball does not lie. As
ball does not lie.
As a lift is called potentially, and it is 23-15 with Rodrigo on the serve. Out called by Luis. Veteran call. Veteran call. He's excited on that.
Wow.
And we have Kaylin up to serve.
All right. She did great for them last time serving. She had a really good run. So let's see what she can do this time. That's right.
Once
you
again,
go, girl. Come on.
Good serve. Uh-oh. Up to the net. Kaylin with a bump up. Oh, Diego with the backhand over. Set up. Uh-oh. Oh, a little too fast at Leanne's Leanne's head. But
Brian has had too much power and great positioning on that ball. You know, and
I would have to agree.
Right place with the right amount of power basically is impossible. Just like wide serve.
Yeah, just like wide serve. What a way to cap off the end of the second set.
You put that much spin on the ball, it's just super hard to react. Oh, and that is the game.
That will culminate
game.
Yes. So it looks like Stranger Swings will be victorious. However, we are moving to a third set with the court marshals doing a fantastic job on their games. They're doing well. They got good effort. They got good spirit. As you can see, claps over there, no heads down, no my bads. Everyone's having a great time and playing well, exactly like we like to see. All right, as both teams kind of take some time and go back into their huddles, some re-strategizing. It looks like the Stranger Swings is a little bit lighter on their feet, securing that victory in the second set and a victory overall in this match. However, the game's not over. You want to keep playing for the third set, and we don't stop until the whistle. So,
absolutely.
With that being said, breakout from Stranger Swings, and we're getting into a breakout from Court Marshals, and both teams are ready to go. Let's see who's up to serve.
All right. You know, I always love to see the third set. I feel like this is when people just get really loose and fun, especially when the game is already won, right?
I would agree.
It just makes it a great last 15 points for everybody involved.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we have Caitlin up to serve. Serve goes over, dug up by Rodrigo.
I always love that, you know, when teams stay in it, even though they've already won, right? You know, it's just fun practice time for them.
For sure, for sure.
All right, let's see what Wyatt has for us here.
Ooh. Good serve, good serve.
Okay. Man, Stranger Swings is definitely not letting up here.
They are not. Foot on the gas. Oh, good hits. Ball is over.
Wow.
Oh, great foot play by Diego and Luis.
Wow.
Alas, it goes under the net.
Honestly, just the placement of that, right? You know, Brian came up to it. I think they were really expecting that hard hit.
I think they were.
You know, when you get complacent and start expecting something from someone and then they're able to really trick you, that's the game.
It's tricky, but I will have to give kudos to the gentlemen in the front, Luis and Diego, for using their feet and honestly staying with the point.
Well, and you know, Stranger Swings is doing a great job too, positioning their people, right? Like they have Carolina going into that middle spot so that she'll be able to set Victor and Brian up.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely.
Which it's always helpful, right? Everybody has a place on the team, and everyone can react and do different things. But when you have that height and that ability to hit, it's always helpful when you're going to be on the front and outside.
Excellent. With that being said, talking about ability to hit, we have had a 6-0 run from the Stranger Swings team with Wyatt, the man up to serve. He is a machine on this, ladies and gentlemen. He's got his routine. That ball is a good amount of top spin. Luis with the kick up. Oh, ball is over. Well done. Diego with the foot play. Logan the one hand over, potentially. Oh, not quite. Couldn't get over the net, but hey, good effort nonetheless.
All right, man. Oh, you know, it had to end in some way like that, right?
Like I say, all good things must come to an end.
It really seemed like Stranger Swings could do no wrong there.
It really did, but now it looks like we have Court Marshals with their first point on the board of this set. Up to serve, it looks like we have Joshua. Unfortunately,
could not quite make it over.
Could not, but alas.
You know, the serve is so hard, you know, especially I think with indoor. It just seems, again, for whatever reason to me, the net seems so much higher when you're serving.
100%, again.
You know? When you're up at the net, it's so much easier to jump with the hardwood floor.
Yes.
But that net just seems so much higher to me when I'm trying to serve. Wow.
100%, and a beautiful hit by Audrey.
Wow, you know.
Bringing that down with authority.
Right into the net like that, it's just, it makes it so erratic, and you know, how are you supposed to return that?
I don't know, and as a player who likes to play those net balls, those dropping balls, it is it is very, very difficult to return those. As like you were saying, it's an erratic hit, it's hard to return, and it's also much more risky to dive on this hardwood if you don't have the proper elbow and knee pad protection.
Absolutely.
So again,
George, that's what makes you such a good player, is that you're able to do that.
I don't know, but it looks like this team, Stranger Swings, they've got some great hits. Very good. Lulu cheering on people in the crowd. You love to see the engagement.
So it's actually, two of my friends that I invited to be in the league, they're married.
Excellent.
And they just found out, breaking news, that an offer that they put in on a house went through.
Wow, very exciting.
Yeah, so it was them and another person. The other person put an offer in that was $200,000 over the asking.
My goodness.
And they still gave the house to my friends. So they're just celebrating this moment. You know, they got married last January in 2021. Or I'm sorry, in 2022. 2022. So they've been married a little bit over a year, and they were just able to get an offer approved for a house, which is so exciting. So Jamie, my friend that she's married to Eric, we actually met in 6th grade in our science class.
No way.
So I've known Jamie for a really long time. So to get to know someone for that many years and then get to see them do something so cool as buying a house is just really exciting.
Wow.
So I was cheering them on from afar because Jamie just texted me to let me know that happened. So
very good.
we were actually in the car together earlier, and she was doing a lot of logistics from the car, trying to put the offer in effectively while we were on the road. I feel like I got to see the whole process.
You love to see it again. So shout out to Jamie and Eric.
Jamie and Eric Surratt, guys.
Congratulations on being new homeowners.
Woohoo!
Love to see it.
We do.
All right.
Ooh. Back to the game.
Yeah.
Our regularly scheduled programming.
Very good. Leanne with a backwards hit. Audrey with a good dig. Victor with a quick reaction.
Audrey putting her body on the line for the game.
Good hustle.
You can tell though she knows what she's doing because she was able to hit the floor and not cause herself any injury.
Absolutely.
I think if I tried the same, I would have gotten injured.
100%. Same for me as well.
All right. Let's see if Ben can close it out for him here.
Oh, looks like it is 213. Ooh.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Unfortunately, didn't go all his way. He didn't get full contact on that. But again, head up, chin up, no issues. Meanwhile, Dalton on the court marshals up to serve. Beautiful hit over.
All right. Yeah, but Emily was still able to get under it. That's what's so great with Stranger Swings. They have so many versatile players, right?
Absolutely.
They have their hitters, they have their setters. You have Emily and Audrey taking care of digs. You know, they're really able to be flexible because all of their players have so many different talents. All right. Now, last time we saw Connor serve, he was going back and forth, so I'm interested to see, that was fairly successful from the back right corner, and I'm interested to see if he tries the back left again, because last time, it just didn't work out for him.
Oh, it looks like we won't have to check on that, because the game is over, 3:15, with Stranger Swings winning all 3 sets.
Wow.
However, both teams are in good spirits. It was a fantastic game to watch, a fantastic game to commentate, and shout out to both teams for their hustle, their effort, and their class in playing these 2 games.
Yeah, and I just want to shout out Catholic Sports Association, one, for existing. Pretty cool. YC3 here at St. Matt's, it's their young adult group. We're actually co-sponsoring this season with them.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we're working with them. We have several of the YC3 members that regularly participate in our league. So we are working together with them.
Neat.
And then also just Diego for even putting this whole broadcast together, and you, George, because I've never commentated a sporting event before, but I'm glad the first time was with you.
Excellent. Thank you, Lulu. And with that, we're going to be signing off. I'm one of your commentators, George Therikin.
And I'm Lulu Bell.
And we'll be signing off for this evening. Again, thank you for paying attention and watching this broadcast, and we hope you have a wonderful evening.
God bless everybody.